Hi everyone. Welcome back to A Sky Full of Stars, Korona Route, Episode 6. So a lot of good things happened to Korona in the last episode. The most important, that Korona passed her entrance exam to Meiko Academy, and next year we'll be attending Meiko Academy with Honoka. Well, Orihime will have already graduated by then. And also, number 2, Korona confessed to Akito, and she did hug him for hope that she'll do well on her exam, which worked. And now, I'm not really sure what's going on. So, Korona had Saya and Hinami come to her room, and I wonder what's going on. So, let's find out. Okay. So,
よくわからないけど、二人とも落ち着いて。大事なお話があるんでしょ？そうだった。ひなみ、ここは一旦休戦だよ。
okay, what's going on?
わかった。プリンセスに迷惑をかけるわけにはいかない。山田さん、そのプリンセスっていうのやめにしない？
So, I think the problem is that, okay, so when Hinami showed up in Korona's room, she saw Saya. It's like, oh, so it's the real Alberta princess. And she keeps calling Saya princess, and I think it annoyed Korona. And now Saya's like, well, don't call me princess. She must have been angry. Even the gentle Saya warned her.
了解しました。
Okay, I get it.
わかっちゃうんだ。身分を隠すということですよね。プリンセスのままではどんな資格が襲ってくるかわかりませんから。
And I think Hinami's once again in her own wild delusions and her crazy thoughts.
では、今から天の川先輩とお呼びしますね。
Okay, so how about I call you Amanagawa Senpai?
ありがとう。
So Saya is bewildered by Hinami's ideas, but she seems to realize that it's useless to talk about it and just accepted it.
それじゃ改めて本題に入らせてもらうね。二人とも知ってると思うけど、コロナはこの前アキ兄に告白をしました。でも今のままのコロナじゃ絶対 OK なんてしてもらえません。
Okay?
というわけで、アキ兄が彼女にしたくなるには一体どうすればいいのか、それをこれから話し合いたいと思います。
So I'm not sure if Saya's going to help Korona with this, because we do know that Saya also likes Akito, and Saya showed Korona the love letter that she wrote to him many years ago. And that was actually a pretty big topic on the Hikari and Saya side, so divergence through A. Well, that is the idea. And if Akini answers me, then it'll definitely be a no. So, it's a fight I had no chance at winning.
ではプリンセスじゃなかった。天の川先輩からどうぞ。私？そうだな。性格をどうこう言っても仕方ないと思うから、今はそれ以外について考えようね。ちなみに、スラミ先輩の好みとかは、聞いたところによると、胸の大きなのが好き。
So the problem is that, well, if Akito does like girls with big chest, all three of them are going to fail.
それは辛いよね。
Yeah, that's true. So none of the three of us had a chest. So I also remember in the last episode, so while Korona admires Sai for being beautiful, Saya admires Hikari's like, well, she's much braver than me and she has a nicer body, and I'm sure Akito-kun wants to go with Hikari instead. And just once I wanted to worry about my heavy boobs making my shoulders hurt.
小さいのは小さいのなりに良さがある。
それはどうかな。姫ちゃんの触ってるけど、あれはやばいよ。女の子でもふにゃーって気持ちになっちゃうから。
So while Saya admires Hikari, Korona admires Orihime. It's like, well, Orihime has a really nice body too, and even though she doesn't really show it, well, I do think that so how Hikari fawns all over Saya, she hugs him, sticks to her. I'm sure Orihime does the same to Korona in a much more glamorous and much more girly way.
すごくわかる。光のもそんな感じだった。
There you go.
光もか。
I felt an unwinnable pressure. So, what should people do at times like this?
せめて見た目だけでも底上げするとか。パッドを活用するだけでグッと胸が強調されるよね。
それだ。
でもそれだけじゃダメだと思う。パッド入りブラなんて大きい子以外は当たり前だろうし。
So, that doesn't really stand out. So,
お洋服に凝ってみるのもいいよね。アクセサリーとかつけてみるのもいいかも。さすがプリンセス。女性の魅力を知り尽くしています。だからそれはやめてね。お願いだから。
so don't call me that.
失礼しました。
Oops, sorry. Hinami doesn't seem like she is very useful. So, Hinami coming up with all these crazy, strange ideas. And I wonder if they scare Saya or Korona in some way. Well, it is fun for what it is, so I hope she do her best.
みんなもいいアイデアないかな。そうですね。香りに凝ってみるのもいいかも。
香りか。
そうだね。香水とか試してみたらどう？
コロナが香水？無理無理、絶対に無理。
Well, I'm not some very sexy lady. And I thought it would suit Hime-chan very well, but not for me.
コロナにも合う香水あると思う。
Well, I'm sure there's one that will fit you.
そうそう。柑橘系のフレッシュなやつとか。
アキにそういうの喜ぶかな。
So, will he like it?
男子は女子のシャンプーの匂いだけでハーハーできると聞いたことがある。あー、わかる。女の子の髪の匂いってドキドキしちゃうよね。
確かに姫ちゃんのはずっと嗅いでたくなるくらいいい匂いしてたよ。
あの人はすごいよね。頭のてっぺんからつま先まで女子力の塊って感じするもん。ならその方にアドバイスを仰げばよかったんじゃ。
So, maybe we should ask Orihime or Hime-chan for some advice.
ひなみ、人は自分と無縁の悩みを持つものを理解できないものなんだよ。
白鳥さんのアドバイスってさらっと実現不可能なことを言いそうだよね。
So, Hime-chan's is merciless with that kind of thing. She speaks thinking people are on the same level as her. Well, I think the problem for Orihime is that she gets carried away with all her dreams and her illusions, her imagination, and it's hard to follow her along, and usually someone like Honoka has to get Orihime to snap back into reality.
とりあえず香水とかトリートメントなんかでいい匂いの子になるってのはいいと思う。
他には何かないかな。はい。
So what else? Hinami raises her hand. She's really polite in front of Saya-chan.
ひなみんどうぞ。
コロナを見てて前から気になってたことがあるんだけど、女子的にコロナの下着はありえない。
下着は関係ないでしょ。今はまだ見せる前の段階なんだし。
So what does this have to do with the conversation?
見せるつもりあるんだ。
そりゃアキ兄が恋人にしてくれたらそういうことも考えないといけないかなって。でもまだ告白の OK もらう前なんだよ。下着なんて気にしてもしょうがないと思うけど。
それは違う。違うね。
Wait, so even Saya-chan saying that?
コロナちゃん、可愛い下着は大事だよ。今どんなのつけてるの？
お母さんが買ってくれたやつ。
So it's nothing special. In conclusion.
コロナはいつもスポブラなんです。スポーツブラは楽だよね。胸が痛いのも守ってくれるし。でもね、スポブラ派のコロナに一つだけ言っておきたいことがある。スポブラは守りのブラ。
守りのブラ。
スポブラは成長途中の胸を保護してくれるとてもいいもの。
Okay?
でも今のコロナに必要なのは攻め。
So you need to be more sports-like. Oh, so I could not keep being protected. I had to be aggressive. And if I want to conquer Akini, I need an aggressive bra.
分かってくれたみたいだね。
So I'm not sure if that makes sense or not.
コロナには攻めのブラが必要なんだと思う。
じゃあこれから買いに行こう。コロナちゃん、お小遣いは残ってる？
合格祝いもらったからいっぱいあるよ。
なら行こう。攻めのブラを買いに。
ああ。
So I wonder if Korona got deceived or tricked or falsely convinced by Hinami and maybe Saya to a small extent. So, and just like that, the three of us went to buy underwear. No. So me, Saya-chan, and Hinami, quite the usual trio. Unusual. And on the way there, I noticed people looking at Saya-chan's way. They must have thought she's like the most beautiful out of us. Okay. So they're in Harbor Town. Okay.
ここならいいのが見つかると思うよ。
星の中でおしゃれなもの買おうと思ったらここしかないもんね。
二人ともすぐランジェリーショップに行っても平気？
So are they going to be able to afford it?
平気です。
コロナも OK だよ。
Okay, I'm with this.
それじゃあレッツゴー。
わあ、いっぱいある。
Okay, so because so everything is shining brilliant the moment we step one foot into the lingerie corner. So for some reason the camera is pointing down, and I think this is how it was from the original Japanese version. I forgot, but I have to check. So just from the look of them, they are in a completely different price range from the ones that I normally wore.
せっかくだし、みんなでいろいろ選んでみよっか。どれが一番いいか後で決めよう。
Well, the problem is that they went to Harbor Town, which is a very expensive place to buy anything.
了解しました。
So they went to different areas. We all chose the cutest one to my size. And I would try them after picking a few, but before that, we had one of the staff measure my size. And I don't think Colonel wants to hear the numbers. Okay, so she did hear it.
大丈夫。これから大きくなるよ。
So those numbers are disappointing. It means I am flat, and I'm sure Akini won't like me compared to the other girls with, well, you know, Hikari and Orihime. And unfortunately, I could not compare to Saya-chan. So on the other hand, there's one person who is probably worse off than me.
まさかコロナに負けるとは。
So even Hinami is upset. But then again, Hinami isn't interested in Akito senpai, so it does not really matter to Hinami right now.
Boy!
So I'm victorious after Hinami, but that isn't really anything to be proud of. There you go.
じゃあまず最初にコロナちゃんが選んだのから。
Okay, so I'm actually going to skip the next part where Korona tries out different underwear. So one from Saya, one from Hinami, and one herself. So I'm not really comfortable showing that part on this channel. And we'll go to the part where they're done. So Korona picks one pair and purchases it. And they're outside of the underwear store. So hold on for a minute. Okay, so I'm past the underwear shopping part. So basically, Korona's trying to find something that, well, despite me being flat, I want to look hot and sexy for Akini and hopefully attract him. And Hinami and Saya picked something that was a little bit too risky for Korona. So Hinami's choice is black or dark violet. And Saya's, I think it was there's just too much cloth cut out. And it's like, well, I wish I could wear this, but it won't fit me. And Korona's like, well, if it doesn't fit you, then you shouldn't have other people try it on. So anyways, they're done shopping, and let's see what happens next. Or I kind of wondered that they might be looking for other things now that is less suggestive. So I got several after trying on several pairs. So I got a bunch of items other than underwear to improve my femininity, like perfume and accessories. And basically, the bottom line is that I hope Akini will see me more than just a little kid.
いい買い物をしました。私も勢いで買っちゃった。お小遣い月末まで持つかな。
So Sai-chan and Hinami also bought some stuff. And they say that shopping would brighten a girl's day, and it seems it really is true. Well, if you have the money.
この後どうする？せっかくハーバータウンまで来たんだし、遊んで帰ろうよ。
賛成。私はいいけど、山田さんってまだ受験終わってないんじゃないの？
It's like, well, Korona's done with her exams, but what about you, Hinami?
ひなみん、今日はこれくらいにしとこ。勉強しないと後で後悔しても知らないよ。
わかった。山田さん、よかったら勉強見てあげようか？
So, do you want me to help you?
いいんですか？プリンセス直々に教えていただけるなんて。
Well, the purpose of Sai showing up is not to, look, I'm the princess, I'm beautiful. It's, any questions? Any help that you need on your practice questions?
そのプリンセスっていうのやめてくれたら教えてあげ。わかりました。年伸びですもんね。興奮するあまりついまた呼んでしまいました。
Okay, let's see what Saya says. I went a little fast.
そのプリンセスっていうのやめてくれたら教えてあげる。
Okay.
じゃあそろそろ行こっか。
And after that, we went back to my place and helped Hinami with her studies. And I worked together with Saya-chan to teach her. So we studied until nighttime, and finally Hinami became so exhausted to study anymore, so the two of them left.
疲れた。でもすっごく楽しかったな。
As I lay down on the bed, I thought about what happened today. So, Saya-chan, Hinami, and I, a strange group, but it felt right.
プリンセス扱いされてさやちゃん困ってたけど
But she isn't angry about it. Sakini is the same, but she had an aura of someone looking for attention.
そういうとこ姫ちゃんと違うんだよね
So, Himo-chan looks like she had things under control, but really she's just a scaredy cat and lonely. That's true. And she always pampers me, but she wants to be spoiled as well.
いろいろ買っちゃったな
So I got several kinds of underwear and then perfume, accessories, and hairpins. Well, Mom might be angry if she finds out. And if it isn't for passing my exam, I'm sure that she would confiscate it. It's like, well, I'll let you celebrate because you got into Meiko Academy, but this will be it, and no more wasteful spending.
コロナだってたまにはこういうのしたいもん
So I'm a girl, and I'm in love, but I want to be cuter so that he will fall in love with me. So basically, I want to find some way to attract Akini.
そうだせっかくだしつけてみよっと
So, a one-person fashion show. Okay. So, I would choose the underwear to try on after I took my clothes off.
どれにしようかなと
So, I even got the black ones that Hinami picked. So, the one that Korona complained about, well, it might be a little bit too erotic. And the garter belt, okay, there you go. So it's quite erotic.
こんなのバレたらお母さんに引っ叩かれるよ
And I hope the mother doesn't mind. So I hid them in the closet.
紐のやつは可愛いけどハードル高そう
I even bought the one that Saya recommended.
これは普通に可愛いけど普段使いには無理かな
And without a doubt, there will be a time for these to make their debut. And I'm going to hold on to that secret power. So maybe one day when I grow more mature, maybe that's the time when it's for me to wear this.
ということで真ん中くらいに封印と
So if Akini is okay with them, they will go further than back.
あとはこれか
Okay, what else? So the ones that I chose. And they're cute at first glance. And I only ever used the underwear that my mother had bought for me. I never thought about buying my own.
コロナはもっと攻めなきゃ
So, passive people don't fall in love. So I've been passive most of my life. But this romance is the first time I desired. So I'm going to make it happen. And I'll do anything to make it happen.
こんな感じかな
Okay, so Korona tries it on, and I'm really sorry about the boxes that I have to cover up because it is quite suggestive. So I tried on the underwear, and it had a different kind of tightness than a sports bra.
なんだか落ち着かないね
And I felt a little insecure, but all that important parts are covered up.
寄せてあげてこうか出てる出てる
So my breasts look bigger than it is when I wore a sports bra. And I'm also starting to see some cleavage.
こうするとちょっとエッチいかな
And a photo.
うわなんか別人みたいだ
It looks nice.
よし、送ろう。
Okay, so after some thinking, okay, I'm just gonna send it. And I show myself in girly underwear.
お乳の下着買っちゃった。谷間もあるよ。
And she's sending it to Akito. I hesitate a little after writing the message.
やっちゃ
Okay, push. Okay,
え。あ、既読ついた。
and instantly read. So what's his response? Oh, thanks. Well, I'm going to use this as my family heirloom. I don't think that's what Korona was expecting.
うわ、意外な反応。
Well, I don't think he would reply like this. And I thought he would rebuke me like an adult. Well, I don't think Akito, well, definitely, Akito's not as restrictive as the mothers. Like, well, you look nice. And that's all he could say.
コロナのでもいいんだ。
So I thought these small breasts are not good for anything. And I think Akini loved big ones, like Hikari, or Pikarin, or Orihime, so Hime-chan. But he's happy about it. And I'm kind of embarrassed over the strange wording. So he's excited over me in my underwear. So what should I do? I'm getting butterflies. Until now, Akini has not noticed me like this before.
大丈夫かな。
Maybe it's too late, but I'm getting worried all over again. So did I go too far, sending him a picture of me in my underwear?
目が半開きだったりしないよね。最高可愛いコロナだったよね。
Well, I pulled up the picture that I had just sent Akini.
ああ、やっぱりコロナってば超可愛い。それに結構セクシーかも。谷間谷間。
So the results from having or buying this new underwear is clear. So my breasts are pushed together, giving the effect of showing cleavage that I didn't normally have.
しかし、いくらラブな相手とはいえ、彼氏でもないのにこんなエッチい写真を送っちゃうなんて。恥ずかしいよ。
So if I had done it to seduce Akini, but simply shrinking about it is embarrassing to the point that my face felt like it would catch on fire. And I hope he likes it. And I just want him to like me a little bit more.
コロナはこんなにアキニーのこと好きなんだもん。
And it hurts.
バランスが取れるくらい。アキニーもコロナのこと好きになって。
Well, I knew that it's wishful thinking. But it would be so great if he had liked me back. And just 1/100th as much as I liked him.
好きすぎて胸がキューってしちゃうよ。
And it's always like this. And every time I thought about Akini, my chest hurts and it makes me sad. And it's so painful, but also joyful, to the point that I could not control my emotions.
好き。
And when I'm filled with love, I would just say it as many times as possible. And I felt a little better after I did that. But in exchange, I would fall more in love with Akini. Well, I can't do anything about this. Well, I do love Akini. A lot.
いろいろどうもありがとうございました。
Okay, so I think it's been a few days since that happened. And I do remember in the Japanese version that there was a small H scene in between where Korona was really admiring her new body thanks to the underwear. and she ends up masturbating, which is kind of disturbing. But anyways, past that part, Korona's in the Saotome Stop by convenience store. So Korona comes to thank the manager and to tell her that she got into the school of her choice. And she brought a box of cake along to properly show her appreciation.
おかげさまで無事志望校に合格できました。勉強する場所をコロナに貸してくれたおかげです。
いいんだよ、そんなの。貸してあげようって言ったのは空見くんだしね。
So, you know, you should thank Akito or Sorami-kun as well, because he was the one who made the suggestion first.
若いのにわざわざこんなものまで持ってきて。コロナちゃんは本当に偉いね。
And I wish
娘に見習ってほしいよ。
I wish my daughter was more like you. The usual. And we see Miharu-san's like, So she's looking displeased.
こっち見ないでよ。
Hey, don't look at me.
あんたもコロナちゃんくらいしっかりしてたらいいのに。
コロナがしっかりしすぎてんのよ。菓子折りとか若者の発想じゃないでしょ。
Well, Korona's out of my league, so you can't compare me to her.
そうだね。親御さんがしっかりしてるんだろうね。
Well, I think... So, I'm sure the store manager's a little bit jealous, like, well, maybe I should have been more stricter on my daughter, Miharu. But then, Korona's mother is on the other end of the spectrum, being too harsh and restrictive.
やっぱり私の教育が間違ってたのかね。
And now she's doubting, like, well... The manager looks kind of down and went out to the back of the store.
コロナどうすればいいのかな。
Well, okay, so Akito's here, like, just wait in my room. I'll head up there right after I cheer up the manager. So it took a few minutes to cheer up the manager. And after she recovered, she put Miharu-san in charge of the store and sent me off with a smile on her face. Okay, well, I'll make my daughter do more work, and you, why don't you go and be company for Korona? It's like, after all, she's our guest, and we don't want to basically abandon her, especially after she passed her exam, so. Oh, thanks, Korona. So, sorry for making you wait. So, I sat down opposite of Korona. So, I sat down at the kotatsu and forced myself to look at Korona. She has a big smile on her face. And for some reason, I could not look at her in the eye. So, is there anything wrong? Well... So, yeah, to some extent. Well, I'm just thinking about how long it has been since you came here. So, I've seen her a few times in the past, but the last time she came over had been before the test. Well, you know, a lot has happened since then, so it's hard to get back to how things are once more. When I said about that, Korona remembered what happened. Her face went red from embarrassment. Oh, no, it's not just that. So remember what we talked about after seeing your test results? So I forgot what Akito promised to Korona. So it is so uncomfortable. Laugh. Something is different about her. She must have been concerned about her confession. Oh, so about that. So in response to your confession, I think. Oh, so thank you for telling me how you feel. And it made me happy.
いたしまして。
But still, this is quite uncomfortable. So, when would you like an answer? I'm sure it's like as soon as possible, or I'm willing to wait if I really want to hear your true feelings.
もうちょっとだけ、もう少し待って、お願いだから。
Okay, so it's like, well, I'm not ready for it yet. Okay, I got you. So the confession is still up in the air. And if I didn't give an answer, then we couldn't go back to normal. Well, okay, so that'll be the end of the conversation.
いつものコロナとアキニーに戻ろう。
Okay? So he probably knows how impossible that would be. And we need to go over it, otherwise we would not be able to relax.
おこた、あったかだね。
Yeah, I wouldn't survive winter without this.
三日月町の方はやっぱり町より寒いよね。山が近いせいかな。
That's true. So I think it's 2 or 3 degrees cooler here. So we're looking at it in terms of centigrade or Celsius. So it is going to be quite cold. It's kind of like a 5 or 6 degree drop in Fahrenheit. And it really is warmer around Hoshino Station.
あのさ、受験勉強は終わったけど、関係なくてもここに遊びに来てもいい？
So I really want to come here, not just for studying. So even though I'm done with my tests, I still want to come here on a regular basis. So is it okay? Sure. So I like it when you come over. So we have company.
じゃあ、これからも来るね。
Please do. So this is going to be awkward. And it's my turn to come up with a topic to talk about. Oh, so about the thing earlier. So what thing? So I'm talking about the picture of Korona in her underwear that she has sent to me. And I had replied with a joke, but I had actually been kind of excited when I saw it. Uh-oh.
どうだった？コロナの新しいブラ。
So, how is my new underwear? How's my new bra?
あの画像、家宝にしてくれたんだよね。
Hey, don't take it seriously.
コロナはね、怒られるかと思ってた。
Well, I thought you'd be as upset.
こんなはしたないことするんじゃありません。
Well, I'm sure that's the mom order. I don't think Akito really cares about this. So I had thought about replying like this. But I felt it's a little wrong, so I replied like I did.
ねえ、アキ兄。
So she got up from the kotatsu and slid over my way.
実はね、あの時買ったの、下着だけじゃないんだよ。ほら、これ、わかる？
She pulls up her hair and shows me the nape on her neck. Her neck is pure white, and the loose hairs are so cute. Well, no, I really can't.
遠すぎるのかな？もっと顔を近づけて。
So come closer then. So at the invitation, I move closer to the nape of her neck. And that's when I finally realize it. Such a nice smell. So I want you to smell my new perfume and scent.
香水買ってみたんだ。手首とここにちょっとずつつけてるんだよ。ふわっとオレンジっぽい香りがいいでしょ？
So is it good? So it's a perfect, let's see, citrusy scent for an energetic girl like Korona. So it fits Korona very well. And mixed with the smell of a girl's skin makes it quite arousing.
いっぱいつけるとお母さんにバレちゃうから、ほんのちょっぴり。このくらいだと気づきにくいかもね。
Okay?
だからアキ兄、もっと近くで感じていいよ。
But I want you to enjoy it more. So Korona comes closer. And my nose is so close to the nape of her neck that it's almost touching.
息くすぐったいよ。
I'm sorry. Well, you're too close.
それはいいの。
That's no problem. So for complaining about being ticklish, she isn't trying to distance herself. It's like, well, I still want you to be closer despite you being ticklish. Oh, person.
とりゃ。
Hey, stop. So her lips touched the back of her neck.
あ、ごめんなさい。
Oops, I overdid it. Well, you don't need to apologize.
でも、キスはしないって約束したのに。
Well, it's safe, so if it's right here.
じゃあ、
She leans over like she wants something. And this time, she's careful and slow. So Korona touches her skin to my lips. And I didn't run away and just let it happen.
アキ兄とキスしちゃった。
So my lips only touch her skin. So the smell of perfume filled the room, making me see her as a full-grown woman.
アキ兄、大好き。
And naturally wrapped my arms around Korona. So it's not a hug exactly, but just putting my arms around her. So I think it's like, well, that's a lot. But I had a strong sense of unity. Okay, so I think Akito's back on the clock. So took one of the items on sale and gave it to the manager who stood behind the counter. Okay, I want to buy this.
空見くん、朝からこんなのダメだよ。
Oh. So it's like, I wanted to eat this. And then the manager's like, well, no, that's not good for you. And I'm worried about your health. Which is true. Well, it's not for me.
ならいいけどね。
Well, So I think he wants to give it to Korona, but it's like, well, if Akito can't have it, then he shouldn't give it to Korona either. So she looks worried as she looks at my way and passes it through the register. So Korona might have finished her exams, but Hoshino Daiichi is steadily getting ready for its entrance exams. So I think it's like, well, we hold our exam dates later because, well, it's kind of bad, but it's like the people who failed to get into the better schools, they get their last chance redemption by trying to pass the entrance exams for this school. And at the end of the month, we would see the examinees. And I wonder if any of them would be interested in joining the astronomy club. And I could hear the bubble of water as the electric kettle comes to a boil. I switch off the electric kettle and fill the cup with boiling water. Okay, here you go. And just the person I'm waiting for, well, good timing, too.
なんだよ、急に呼び出して。
So why'd you call me here? He normally comes here whenever he wants to, but he got upset at the only time I asked him to come in. So I think Takechi's busy with his basketball club and other things. Oh, so there's something I want to show you. So I closed the lid on the kettle and returned it.
お前、これは
So what's this?
新製品のマッサマンカレー味じゃないか。
Oh, so I want to show you a new instant curry flavor that I just bought, and let's see if you like it. Take. So it's curry from Thailand or Malaysia or some other place. It had been a big craze for a little while, but had quickly been forgotten again.
まさかこれを俺に見せつけながら食うつもりか？
So is he trying to make Takeichi jealous? He looks at me like I am cruel, which kind of freaks me out. Well, I'm not. I was going to give it to you, so I want you to try it.
いいのか？
Can I? Hey, you're always helping me out anyways.
そんなん気にしなくていいと言いたいところだが、こいつは遠慮なくゴチになるぜ。
Well, I don't mind helping you out, but if you're going to offer me this, I'm going to eat it. Okay, go on ahead. And we are sure having a good time as we talk. So Takeichi splits his chopsticks and starts eating.
これがマッサマンか。甘えな。
So is it really that sweet?
食ってみろ。俺はこいつをカレーとは認めん。
They lied. It's not curry. So I ate the bit that Takeichi gave me, and it's sweet, but not as much that it is considered curry. Well, I like it, but I can't see how it's not to your liking.
やっぱカップ麺はスタンダードに限るぜ。
So I think I should just go back to regular. And I could agree with him on that point.
で、俺になんか相談か？
So anything else that you want to talk to me about? So about that. So there's this kind of awkward thing to talk about for me. It's about Korona. So what would you think if I started going out with your sister Korona?
なんだ。そういうことかよ。
That. He looks down, or okay with it to me.
やっぱあいつに押し倒されたか。せっかく俺が忠告してやったのによ。
Well, she didn't win me over yet, but she's close, and she's trying everything she can. She just told me how she felt.
なら振っちまえよ。
So, just reject her then. So if you don't really want to be a Korona, then you can just turn her down. Well, I'm talking to you because I couldn't really do that. So I'm getting frustrated with myself. And why am I so indecisive?
なんだよ。悩むってことはそのつもりってことじゃんか。別に俺は気にしないぜ。お前とコロナが付き合うことになっても。
Really?
コロナは昔っからお前に惚れてたからな。絶対無理だって何度も諦めさせようとしたんだが。
So, well, I know my sister very well, and she likes you.
あいつ、すげえしぶといんだよな。喧嘩するとマジでめいるぜ。
And it's to the point where she will fight about it. He didn't stand a chance against her if they fought. But it's quite easy to imagine Korona backing down if she could see that she had lost.
昔はバカだったんだぜ。でも、いつの間にか名校に合格するくらいにまでなってた。
So I was quite surprised that she did so well on her studies that she could get into Meiko.
うちの母ちゃんが自慢するのもわかるよ。あいつ、スペック高えんだ。
Well, I wonder if the same could apply to Takeichi. So we do know that he defied the mother to the point where the mother gave up on him. And I wonder if there's anything the mother could praise about Takeichi. So her hard work shows.
そういうとこも含めてスペック高いんだよ。あそこまで努力できるやつ、普通いねえぞ。
Well, I have been able to see that as well recently. She focused hard on the problem in front of her. And I could appreciate that part of her as a genius.
だからまあ、アキトには悪いけど、いつかあいつの恋は叶うと思ってたよ。
So I'm sure she's trying everything she can to win you.
すげえよな。我が妹ながらよ。出来の悪い兄としてはいささか気遅れすんぜ。
Well, I haven't decided or not I would actually go out with her.
無理無理。ここまで来たら手遅れだろ。実際お前、あいつのこと可愛いって思い始めてるし。
Well, you're already being sucked in and it's too late. well, I can't help if she actually is cute.
ほら見ろ。そういうこと言ってる時点でもう戻れないんだよ。
See? So I'm right.
いい加減、腹をくくっちまえ。お前が答えてやったら、あいつはいい女になるぞ。
Well, I'm sure my sister Korona will be good for you. So I had to come up with a comeback, but I had nothing. So everything that Takeichi says is correct. And it's hard to fight back all those words. There you go. So Takeichi's right. And if I did think that Korona is cute to the point where I'm trying to decide if there really is any reason to turn her down.
マッサマンカレーヌードル、残りはやるよ。この甘さも、今のお前にはちょうどいいだろ。
So, let's see. Massaman curry is nothing compared to the sweetness of love. So I wonder if Takeichi's okay with them being like brothers-in-law if Akito goes with Korona. And I wonder what kind of concerns Takeichi has with Korona wanting to be with Akito. Because I mean, it kind of sounds like, well, I thought it would be best if you two were apart, but it's impossible and she really wants to be with you. So today we had a special meeting for the Six Stars Club. And the reason is...
草壁コロナさん、合格おめでとうございます。
So a celebration of Korona passing her entrance exam and becoming a student of the school next year.
おめでとうございます。
And everyone else is here. That's right. So the Six Stars Club is throwing a celebration party for Korona.
みんなありがとう。
So I'm sure Orihime pushed for it, followed by Honoka.
でもこの前ちゃんとお祝いしてもらったよ。
But I thought we already had a party. I'm sure drinking tea and eating cake is not considered a party for Orihime and Honoka.
それは明光学院の在校生としてです。後輩を祝福しただけの話ですよ。
And it's like, well, in that other party, it was just us Mako students. So we want everyone in the Six Stars Club to celebrate. So that's why we have this bigger party today.
そういうことですわ。むつら星の仲間もこうしてコロナさんをお祝いしたいと思っておりますの。
But it makes more sense if Korona does end up joining the astronomy club for Mako Academy once she gets enrolled. Because, like what Akito said, well, you don't have to go to the astronomy club. You might be able to find another club that might suit you very well. Despite, well, Honoka trying to be really nice to Korona under the assumption that she will join.
おめでとうコロナ。頑張った甲斐あったみたいだな。おめでとう草壁さん。外部生で明光に合格するなんてすごいです。
これ合格祝いです。どうぞ。
みんなありがとう。
Korona is blushing a bit from all of the attention.
コロナさんは来年度から我が明光学院の生徒です。4月からメローペじゃなくタイゲタのコロナになります。皆さん。
タイゲタを名乗るってことは。
Alright, went a little fast. Let's see.
4月からメローペじゃなくタイゲタのコロナになります。皆さんよろしくお願いします。天文部入っていただけるんですね。
Okay, so I will join the astronomy club once I get enrolled. Korona had been wondering if she should join the astronomy club or not. But it seems that she has decided. Well, maybe she could have went to the robotics club and maybe partner up with Tobioka Sensei. Well, that's a different story. So in April, she would be Korona of Taigeta, saying that is something or announcing that she is joining the club. And that would make Orihime happy no matter what. And so Orihime is bursting with emotion as she hugs Korona.
苦し
That's excellent! So, a person to succeed me. Orihime squeals in joy as Korona's suffering falls on deaf ears. Well, Orihime is happier than when Korona was accepted into the school.
ずっと気にしてましたから。
Well, we really wanted Korona to join us. And they had really wanted Korona to join the club. There you go. And unable to ask her directly, I'm sure Orihime has been wanting or waiting on Korona's answer.
あら、いい香り。これはどうしたんですの？
So nice smell.
香水だよ。ちょびっとだけつけてるの。いい香りでしょ。
コロナさんらしい爽やかで元気な香りですわ。
Wow, so that's good.
今の白鳥さんなら箸が転がるだけでも大喜びしそうだよね。
Well, true. So it took 10 minutes for Orihime to calm down, but we finally started the party. And there's plenty of food on the table, and there are plenty of non-alcoholic drinks lined up.
今日はくしくもバレンタインデーということで、本日のケーキと焼き菓子はチョコレートをテーマに選んでみましたの。
チョコがいっぱいだ。
好きなのを選んでくださいね。
And there is quite a lot of chocolate even for Valentine's Day. I could barely find anything not made of chocolate.
白鳥さんが用意してくれたのと比べるとそんな大したことないんですけど。加納さんも持ってきてたんだ。実は私も一応ね。
So both Noriko and Naruri presented the chocolate they have brought.
私も持ってきました。手作りじゃなくて買ったやつですけど。
And Saya has some as well.
皆さん準備がいいですね。
So it looks like Honoka had brought some as well. At this rate, with the amount of girls had brought, the table would be overflowing with Valentine chocolates.
こうなると思ってましたよ。
Even Keisuke had thought of to bring something.
もらう一方じゃ悪いですからね。あ、もちろんホワイトデーは別にお返ししますよ。
And now I have to return the favors on White Day. So that happens 1 month after Valentine's Day. And I'm sure the same will be true for Akito when White Day comes. So I'm gonna stop the episode here, and we'll see how the party goes for Korona in the next episode. And I hope it's not very exquisite because, well, Valentine's Day and White Day. So I'm sure Akito will have to return favors to almost all the girls in the Six Stars Club. So definitely Korona and Saya, and maybe Orihime and Honoka, and I'm not sure about the rest of the girls, so Noriko and Narue. So this episode was a little bit hard to do a Let's Play because Korona went to admiring her body. He's like, well, I want to look more mature for Akini, and hopefully that will bring him closer to me, and at least he'll see me more than just a little kid. But anyways, with all that said, I'll see you in the next episode.